All right, so this is a real treat. We're here with the man himself, Mr. Scotty Cameron. Thanks for taking the time. Super excited to see what you've done with the new Super Select lineup. We've got 6 kind of reiterations of classics and 4 new models. So if you wouldn't mind, let's start just taking us through what you've done with the 6 clubs that we've seen some of them before, the Newport and things like that, but we've got some really exciting new features. If you wouldn't mind walking us through some of them.
So we have taken something really good. We won 40% of all tour events, PGA Tour events last year. So we're on track with wins. We're on track with players gravitating towards our putters of sound and feel, performance. So we got a lot of usage. But how do we do it better?
Right.
So we're always thinking, okay, if we take something great and make it greater. So we went from Special Select to Super Select. I want to take the weight out of areas I didn't need it, like in the neck, I put 2 I-beams and milled out, and in the back pocket, I made the bombs deeper, but kept the ribs for sound and feel. So I removed about 10 grams out, and I put them where I want it most, underneath the heel and toes. So we've taken something, it's a little bit like Porsche in the 911. It's really good, but don't screw it up.
Right.
So that was this. It's a great Newport 2. It's being used across the world to win tournaments. Don't screw it up. How do we make it better? So I wanted to remove the weight. Then we have a double fly cut on the face where we have been doing this on tour for a year, and guys like the sound and feel from this new milling pattern. So it's a deep mill, and we cut off the tops of the deep mill and make it a mid mill. So it's a dual pass, and it's a new feel. So the look is there, the feel is there, the sound is there, and for sure the performance.
And how has that been received so far by those players?
Unbelievable. Little things, how to make, I went to a new grip. Guys wanted rubber grips from a synthetic nylon vinyl grip.
Yeah.
Went to a new grip, new pattern. Little things like when we bend a lie angle, we want it to bend in a certain area.
Right.
So I weaken that area with a mill cut called a mill spec. So it's that. So when we bend the lie angle, it's going to bend here first. I don't want it bending here. I want it bending from the top. So I lessen that area. So we remove weight here, 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 and in the pockets. But I keep the ribs in here.
Yeah.
And put it in the heel and toe. So I kept the classic look, but I just put weight where I wanted it more, and also little things like the bendability for a lie angle. And silly things. How do we do everything better? Shaft band. I thought it should be a band of information. QR code. Boom. I come on and tell you about the putter.
Wow.
So it's doing things better. A silly shaft band. How can you do it better? Well, we've done it.
Right.
Grip's better. The head is more forgiving. When we bend the lie angle, it bends where we want it to bend. So better, 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 better onto a classic that's been received great.
Yeah, so it's a real delicate balance between form and function, and the way it looks and the way that you're actually making it function, where you're removing the weights and things like that.
It's minor, it's 10 grams, but we're putting it where we need it most, and the key was don't screw it up. We had a hell of a year on tour last year, so it's being used, but how do we do it better? And I think we've done that.
How do you improve upon something that someone loves already?
And don't mess it up.
Right, don't mess it up. And tell me a little bit about the 4 new models that you're introducing.
Got it. More mallets. So we go from the blades and we start getting wider. It used to be 5 years ago that blades were 75%. Now it's 50-50 with blades and mallets. So we're doing a lot more mallets. So we're trying to keep the performance of a blade, but wider soles, bigger sight lines, and more forgiving. Into shapes, into finishes that just catch your eye.
What do you attribute that growth and popularity of the mallet to?
Many of years ago, when I had a Red X putter, it was the first mallet putter not to be face balanced. Everybody thought a mallet putter had to be face balanced, and I'm like, why? So I came and I got beat up in the media about, that makes no sense. A mallet that performed like a blade, a mallet should be a mallet face balance. I said, why? So we did them for a bunch of players on tour, and they ended up winning with, so they could have more of a blade feel, unlike the old mounts used to be square to square. So stepping out of the box, kind of bucking the system. So we have that. We have every one of the putters have 2 necks. One that tracks more square to square, and a lower neck that tracks more flowing more naturally. No right, no wrong. So find a putter that, if you're trying to go square to square, go closer to face balance. If you're trying to get more of a movement or a open to shut gate, something a little shorter. So we have 2 necks per model, everything from blades to mallets and everything in between.
And that beauty of it for us as players is the amount of options. Because there's, all of us, we play differently, we fit differently. Introducing those additional options just increases the chance we're going to find something that's right for our game.
It's very personal. Putting is personal. So find something that you love, you like the sound, you like the feel, you like the look. I think your confidence goes up and you putt better.
Yeah, once that confidence goes up, the putts definitely start dropping.
It's scary.
It is. Well, listen, best of luck with the new lineup. It looks beautiful. I love what you've done with it, and thanks for taking the time to go through it with us.
You know, we were talking earlier, you started this little company, and the average golfer, and from the golfer's eyes, that's great. You stepped out of a box, out of your comfort zone. I did that about 35 years ago in my garage. I just wanted to make putters, and Titleist was looking for a putter maker, and it was a perfect marriage. So it's that old saying, be careful what you wish for, it may come true.
That's true.
Congratulations.
That's true. Scotty, thank you so much.
Of course.